Let's do a
We can
podcast.
Yeah, let's do it.
So are you gonna open, Stu?
Yeah. Hello, welcome to the very first episode of Unwrapped, the Food Review UK podcast. My name is Stuart and I am joined, as always, by my wonderful friend, Mr. Nathan Peterson.
Oh, I get first billing. I like this.
And also today we are joined by a very special guest, the founder of Food Review UK himself. What do you want us to call you? Because you go by many names, don't you?
I mean, MJ's probably fine, but I guess it doesn't really matter, seeing as I was introduced second, so that's fine.
Oh, it's a shame, isn't it? MJ, Mooj, of course.
Call him Tilly.
Tilly.
Man of many names. Let's not mention that.
Exodia, the Forbidden One.
Yeah, that'll do. I wish someone would pull my leg now. It doesn't work.
No.
Too obscure.
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh references.
Yeah, if you get that, that's impressive. Nah, good.
Right, so this is the very first episode of Unwrapped. I think what we're going to do is we're just going to talk a little bit about what this is. Now, I'm guessing the vast majority of people who have downloaded and listening to this podcast are going to know what Food Review UK is. But for those people who have maybe stumbled upon this podcast completely by accident or by random,
Hello.
please explain what Food Review UK is, MJ.
Yeah, the Food Review UK is the UK's #1 food review channel. We review all kinds of food, strictly speaking UK, but from all around the world as well. We like doing a good mix of things. So we have obviously Stu is our specialist beer reviewer. For Top of the Hops, we do things like Food Review UK Fusions, where we, for example, whack double cheeseburgers inside a Krispy Kreme donut. And we like to have fun. We're humorous, we're honest, and yeah, we like to be entertaining. So that's why we're #1, yeah? And we're not arrogant either, so that's one of our key.
Well, you're not. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good summary of what we are. I like to call myself we. I mean, I never officially asked to be a part of this channel. I just sort of squeezed myself on one day, and MJ was just kind enough not to say fuck off. But yeah, I think that's a very good roundup, Mr. Michael Jamieson.
Yeah, done it before, and I. So actually, it's the first one, so I haven't really.
No, pro, born natural. So you kind of snuck onto it then, Nathan Peterson. How? I mean, it would seem that from the comments on a lot of the YouTube videos at the moment that you are seen very much so as the acceptable face of Food Review UK. So from humble beginnings, you've kind of usurped Michael Jamieson as being. I mean, probably the people's champion would be the best way of describing you. How would you take that?
I think that's a fair comment. I certainly have my own little band of followers who seem to want me to somehow lead a coup and overtake MJ as leader of the Food Review UK channel. I can say for a fact now that's not going to happen. One, I'm very loyal. I just wouldn't do that to MJ. Secondly, I can't be bothered to edit, so it wouldn't happen anyway. So that's a shame. But no, I enjoy those comments, obviously, for what they are, mainly because it shows I'm more popular than Gossie. But yeah,
I think the only reason that you're kind of viewed in such high regard is because obviously you're awful. So there has to be a reason for it. It's because I'm such an obnoxious, petulant child that. Even an average human being like Nate looks quite, No, Nate is an absolutely wonderful human being. He's so selfless, kind, funny, and so down to earth, such a stand-up guy. It's completely obvious that people would look to him as a shining beacon.
And MJ lets me do videos for him, so it's sort of good. 50-50.
If it did come down, though, to an actual physical fight over the password and the reins of Food Review UK, do you think that you have the pure physical strength to dominate MJ?
One-on-one?
What I mean, however way you want to do it. I mean, you can.
Or am I allowed to?
You can bring.
Am I allowed to bring my team of followers?
You can bring your crew. MJ can bring his soft toys.
I feel that with the likes of Chode and John Hunt, who are just gnashing villains, I think I've always got a chance. I don't know. I don't know what MJ's like in a scrap. I don't know what I'm like in a scrap. It probably would be the worst fight ever conceived, because I don't see MJ as much of a fighter.
Yeah, you won't get much from my end, to be honest. The biggest kind of fight I've been in is probably about 24 years ago. No, maybe not quite that long. Certainly 20 years ago. There was what I can only describe as a riot at the primary school that I was studying at. And I walked. I happened to see someone that I didn't like. His name was Ollie. I can't remember his surname. But I walked up to him. He was for some reason sitting on the floor. I don't know if he'd just been attacked or something. But I walked up behind him, pulled his ears, and then ran off.
You beast! You absolute brute!
That's the biggest fight I've been in. So I think you'd probably win fairly comfortably.
Yeah. Can I change my answer? I think that I'd win fairly comfortably.
I think you're probably right. Yeah. Anyway,
it's coming though. The fisticuffs are coming.
Is it? Fucking hell.
And we will, no doubt, it will appear on one of Michael's many YouTube channels, so we can all look forward to that.
Heavy on the fisting.
Oh,
Christ! Wouldn't have it any other way.
Probably needs to be a new channel for that then.
It should be noted, we're about 10 minutes into this podcast. Anybody who's got this far, this is going to be a fairly explicit podcast. I'm sure we'll put up the banner to say that, so that you would know that before you downloaded. But I think coming back to what Stuart said at the beginning, the majority of people that listen to this will probably know us as a channel. We don't exactly hold back on the YouTubes, but obviously if you are new, then there may be some fruity language from time to time. Good. I killed the conversation.
No, do you know what? Do you know what? Lesser podcasts would probably do something like, yeah, fuck yeah, or something like that. I didn't want to be cliche, so I just sat here stroking my beard, nodding with a grin.
Nothing says successful podcast better than dead air. So thanks for that, guys.
Comfortable silence. You know. There's not enough comfortable silence in podcasts, in my opinion.
Was that comfortable?
Yeah, I think I was very comfortable.
Like I say, I was sat here twirling my beard and smirking grimly. Not grimly.
Smirking grimly?
That's a really weird facial expression. Smirking almost with an air of arrogance. And I am by a window. If anyone's like strolled past and looked, they probably would have thought he looks like he's recording a podcast, but he's very happy with it, with how it's going. So
wonderful. So this is generally speaking, a food-based podcast, and as you are our guest this week, Michael, I think it's only right that we grill you a little bit, if you pardon the terrible pun, unintended. We grill you a little bit on your kind of food favourites and food likes and dislikes. If I had to press you for an answer on your favourite food of all time, Michael, what would you choose?
It is difficult. Obviously, it's something that I've thought about a lot. It is really hard. So I used to not like a lot of things, actually. When I was a kid, I was certainly a fuss eater, and that probably did go into my teens a little bit. And it is actually even ever expanding over the course of having made this channel in the last 3 years or so. But about 10 years ago is when I started eating pizza.
What the fuck?
I don't know why that's funny, so you can stop laughing there.
You started eating pizza in 2007.
Yeah. He's thought, I've heard of this new thing. People are putting sauce and cheese on bread.
Man.
And I want in. So pizza's definitely up there. I think it kind of has to be burgers, though.
When did you first eat a burger? 2014?
Do you know what's funny about that? I thought that I didn't like burgers for a very long time because I had a burger when I was probably about 6 or 7, and I just did not like the taste. Turns out I don't like onions, this burger was heavily onioned. So anyway, about in probably 2008, 2-ish, I was like, yeah, why don't I just have a McDonald's plain hamburger? So I was like, surely I like it. Like, I like beef. Surely I'll like a plain hamburger. So I had a plain hamburger. Bloody loved it. So then, cheese came later on. And now you can often find me in Five Guys eating a bacon double cheeseburger, or as they call it, a bacon cheeseburger with 2 patties, extra bacon and extra cheese. I think that's got to be my favourite.
2002. How old are you now?
30.
So when you were 15, you had one at about 6 or 7, I think you
and
said.
That was it. 9
and then you
years.
went, nope. And then you went, all right, 8, 9 years later, I went, these seem popular. I might try another one of these.
To be fair, I was probably around the age of 14, so I might have been.
Oh, sorry.
Well, massive difference.
Yeah, it does make a lot of difference, actually. No, fair point. Jesus Christ.
Peterson, where do you stand? What's your favourite?
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't have any ludicrous claims like that. I mean, I will say that as a kid growing up, for some reason I was scared of Burger King. Because they used to, obviously, and they still do, advertise them as flame grilled. And for some weird reason in my mind, as a young child, I thought if it's flame grilled, it must be spicy. And so I didn't like spicy food and avoided it. Now, as an adult, that makes absolutely no fucking sense whatsoever.
No.
But I avoided that for quite some time. But I think that's about the only weird... I can't claim that I only started eating 3 years ago or anything like MJ's claiming.
Yeah, no, sorry, but I think that actually deserves to be ridiculed a little bit more than me. At least mine's born in fact. Jesus, fuck.
How is not eating pizza until you were 20 years old born in fact? Like, there's...
Ignore that. I'm talking about the burgers.
Oh, we're only going burger for burger stories, are we? Patty for patty.
Back to bat. So.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I would probably say burgers is probably my number one as well, generally speaking. I find them quite versatile. You can do a lot with them. I don't know why that's funny. I mean,
definitely imagining you shagging a sesame seeded bun.
Oh, God.
Sorry, what? Because I said it was versatile. I've never heard anybody use versatile as a sexual preference.
Oh, no, versatility definitely implies that it can be used for a variety of nefarious... Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I need to change some of the reports I've got at work then.
You know where I was imagining the gherkin was?
Oh.
Was it up my anus?
Yes.
Perhaps not up it, perhaps just in it.
Just gently, just the tip.
Just nuzzling. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm yeah. I think I've covered that off. I'm a big beef burger fan. I just love it. Get in my belly, as Michael Myers once said, as the hilarious character, Fat Bastard.
Where do you stand on... I've got to say that, yeah, for me, I'm not sure that I'd say burgers are my absolute favourite. I love burritos, but burgers are a really... I'll often choose a burger. If I'm going somewhere to eat and there's a burger on the menu, I will often choose one. Where do we stand on the chicken burger?
I enjoy it.
Do you find it versatile?
Actually, no. Actually, I would say it's less versatile. I don't fuck it as much. Yeah, no, I think I don't mind them. I just wouldn't often choose one over a beef burger. I don't think.
Correct.
I think that's the good thing about beef burgers as well, is that it's hard to get them wrong. Really, like it's difficult to get a bad one as long as it's been cooked right. And it's not undercooked. And I think, generally speaking, you're never going to go, oh, that was a terrible burger.
What do you mean undercooked?
Just that, yeah. If you want it medium and it comes out rare, I mean, I want a little bit of colour on it. I don't want it coming out red.
You don't enjoy a rare burger, a burger that's still...
I don't mind it. It's just the texture. It's a bit too mushy.
Right.
It's a bit too mushy. Or vice versa, overcooked. You don't want a tough burger.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh no!
It removes the majority of the versatility, then, doesn't it? So, do you feel the same about steak?
Yeah, I'm not the biggest steak fan, if I'm honest. I think it's okay. Like I'll eat it, but I generally don't order it just because I think a lot of restaurants fuck up the cooking of it. Unless you go to a proper decent restaurant, I think if you ask for it medium, you're going to get it well done. I tend to go like rare or medium rare on a steak. So I do quite like it quite tender and juicy. It's just with burgers I don't like it. Come on. Come on.
indeed.
Oh dear.
We're
Right,
all adults, apart from Michael.
Jameson, steak.
Yeah, love it. Approaching medium well is probably where I set. Must have actually had it at the weekend. I've cooked a few in my life, but with our new cooker, we've moved fairly recently, and our cooker's pretty decent. So I cooked the best steak I've ever cooked. It was really nice. It was really, really good. Rump.
You said oh fuck! What did you say? Nearly medium well. Like what is that when you order that in a restaurant? Like you say, sort of somewhere between medium and medium well.
Medium and getting on for medium well. Yeah, I would use probably in a restaurant. I'd ask for medium well.
Okay, cool.
Medium well. Yeah.
Well played.
Yeah, banner.
Well done. Awesome. Rewind a little bit. You mentioned about your amazing fight. Was he called Craig, the poor boy that you bullied at school?
Ollie.
Ollie.
I did. The reason I didn't like him was because he was an asshat, not me.
Right.
Asshat.
Yeah, asshat.
Americanism. Okay. He was on the floor having been beaten up, and you added insult to injury by flicking the ears. You are a bully.
I pulled his ears, but it's not. I should have time to be able to defend my character there.
Where was this?
Is that a school called Cupenham in?
I don't want to know the name of the school. That's a child protection issue. I just want to know the area.
Okay, it may or may not be near Romsey. Certainly not Cupenham in Romsey.
Do you consider that to be your hometown?
I'm not sure I do actually. I lived in Bognor for about 10 years, and then I lived in Romsey for the following. It wasn't too long actually. I guess it was only about 4 years. Maybe I lived in Bognor for about 8 years, and then Romsey for about 5.
Never heard of any of these places.
Oh, you northern bastard!
Yeah. Never heard of? Yeah, obviously that must be a joke because everyone's heard of Bognor Regis.
Oh, yeah. Bognor Regis, I've heard of that. Yeah.
You've moved about, haven't you, Mr. Michael Jameson?
I have.
I went because of the numerous ASBOs.
I went from Bognor to Romsey, just near Southampton, then to Chesham in Buckinghamshire, and now in Aylesbury for the last 10 years.
And even with all of that, new culture that you were taking in, it still took you until 2007 to eat a fucking pizza.
I'm not 100% sure. I think I might be looking at Gossie's girlfriend.
What?
There's a woman walking down the street. She's walking away from me. It looks a lot like
Hannah.
Hannah, yeah.
Shout it out the window.
Nah, definitely not.
Ask if she wants to be on a podcast because she's making more sense than you are.
Do you know what else has just struck me as being insane about you not eating pizza until 2007? Doesn't your dad live in Italy?
He does now, yeah. He didn't then, to be fair.
Right. Oh, you've got all the excuses, haven't you?
Mate, they're all lined up.
Did he have pizza for the first time in 2007 and decided that's why he moved there?
I don't have to sit here and listen to this. I can stand up.
Brilliant. Classic.
I'm standing. If anyone cares.
Are you?
Yeah.
That's psychotic.
Yeah, it is. But it's. I told you I've got to show you a picture of where I'm recording from because it's not ideal.
We'll put that on our Instagram at FRUKgram.
Okay. All right. My recording rig.
Oh.
Good. Killed the conversation again.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Well done.
At least what you drinking? There we go. There's a food question or drink question.
Right this second, Pepsi Max.
Have you got a drink, Jameson?
I have. Yeah, I've got water actually in my favourite glass. My green Slurpee glass cup.
Very
what about you? Beer?
Yeah, beer, obviously. Yeah.
Is water your favourite drink, Michael?
Probably, yeah. It's certainly the one I drink most often. No, it's not my favourite drink. I think
one of my favourite drinks was the Sydney Poitier.
Do you know what I love about water? we need it to live, and it's not a chore. Fantastic. Same as breathing, really. Need it to live, not really a chore. Don't really think about it. But yeah, water's brilliant. No, probably cream soda's up there. That kind of thing. Vimto's good.
Vimto is not good. You can't just throw away comments like Vimto is good as if it's just an accepted truth that everyone agrees with.
Yeah, it's excellent.
I have a funny feeling you and I, Stuart, are in the minority. I've got a funny feeling that Vimto's way more popular than we'd like to admit.
No, Vimto's odd. It's an odd
I've never
drink.
liked Limte.
No, it's bad times.
KA Fruit Punch, the official drink of Food Review UK.
I've never had KA Fruit Punch.
That's absolutely mental.
It is madness. I enjoy the KA drinks. I'm a big ginger beer fan, and I enjoy KA ginger beer.
Do they do ginger beer?
Yeah, KA ginger beer. Yeah, it's good.
Have we reviewed it?
Not sure.
You don't like ginger beer, so none of you like ginger beer.
Yeah, but we went through a stage where we reviewed 3 consecutive ginger beers.
yeah,
not enjoying one of them.
We were basically Ginger Beer Review UK. It was pretty bad decision making. Stu, you need to get on that KA Fruit Punch flex. Actually, do you know what? Episode 2 of the podcast, you are drinking it live.
Yeah, I'll get some in. Yeah, good call.
So I guess MJ starts that round robin then.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's your decision, MJ.
Boom, done.
Right.
Lovely. Make a note of it.
Yeah. Wonderful. Right. Anyway, the question I asked you, Michael Jamieson, is where do you consider to be your hometown?
Bognor, I think. It was where I was raised and lived for a good portion of my childhood. So yeah.
Tell me about Bognor food then, Michael.
No
pizzas. All the pizza joints went out of.
You know how I said where do I consider my hometown?
Yeah.
Aylesbury is, we haven't done any prep work, but no, I suppose was your question where have I lived the longest? Well, then it would have to be Aylesbury. So sorry, please ask the question again.
Tell me about Aylesbury food, Michael.
Aylesbury food, a subject I know some information about. So, I don't know if you know this about Aylesbury, but we're fairly famous for one product. And that is ducks, Aylesbury ducks.
I've heard that.
I believe the football team are called the Aylesbury Ducks, and I believe the...
Do you support them?
No, not really, to be honest.
Oh, surprise.
They're one of the 7 teams in the country that I don't support. I think the Aylesbury Town crest, is that a thing? Has got a picture or an image of a duck on, white fluffy duck. The reason that there's a good strong connotation in it with Aylesbury for the duck is that our ducks are known for their plump and juicy breasts. They're good to cook with. I've never cooked with one myself. But yeah, that's what we are known for.
Do you enjoy duck?
I absolutely love Peking crispy duck. Incredible. I'm not so much a massive fan of like duck breasts. To me, it's kind of like a bit more mild imitation beef almost when it's cooked that way. That's what I kind of taste from it. But Peking crispy duck with all the accompaniments, and when I say all, some of hoisin, pancake, absolutely love it. I mean, get me down the all-you-can-eat Chinese buffet, and I have been known to have like 2 plates of just that. No pancakes, just duck sauce done. Boom.
You're a monster.
Interesting. It's a good.
Go on.
It's a good tactic. I love it. I love a good Peking duck.
It's difficult as well because it's pretty much impossible to make in the home.
Yeah, wouldn't even attempt it.
True story. My mother-in-law has never eaten duck because she has a river at the bottom of her garden where ducks swimming. So she gets ducks in the garden, and she would feel like she was somehow a traitor to the ducks that come into her garden. Fact, she has never eaten duck. I don't understand how. It's so delicious.
Here's a fact: my parents also used to own ducks. Didn't stop me fucking eating them. Not the ones that we owned. I should clarify that point. I didn't.
Just running around the garden taking a bite.
Where's Pogo?
It wasn't called Pogo. It's called Kojak, if you must know.
Oh dear.
Come on. At least get your facts right, prick. Go on.
Where would you consider to be your hometown then, Nathan Peterson?
Uxbridge, Middlesex.
Uxbridge, Middlesex. Tell me about Uxbridge food, because I don't even know where Uxbridge is. Is it basically London?
Yeah, I mean, technically Middlesex is a dead county. It's now called Greater London, but the residents of Middlesex won't let it go.
I never knew that. That's remarkable.
Yeah, like you still see the phrase Middlesex kicking about, but generally speaking, you get these pedantic arseholes that go, "Oh, Middlesex doesn't exist anymore. It's Greater London." You fuck off.
Hey, what Middlesex is?
Gender fluid.
It's when you got 3 tabs open on Pornhub and you're doing it to the middle one.
Oh.
Great tactic. Yeah, so
sorry for saying that. Not funny and just a bit disturbing, really.
Hashtag NTV.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of Italian restaurants. They're just. I could probably count for you now, but I reckon there must be close to 10 Italian restaurants on one high street, which is just ridiculous. Like the variety. There's no versatility in our restaurants.
Brexit who?
Yeah, basically. All the big chains, your Zizis, your Prezzos, your Bella Italias, they're all fucking kicking about.
Clearly, Michael Jamieson's never been to Uxbridge before 2007, then.
No
reason to go.
No, he loves it. It's just up and down that high street. Pizzas. What are we known for? Okay, I've got three facts which are they're less sort of the actual places you can eat, but sort of food facts about Uxbridge.
Correct.
The bread brand Kingsmill was named after a mill that is in Uxbridge. In the 19th century, a guy called William King bought a mill, and that's where the brand of Kingsmill, which is still eaten today, got its name. So that's maybe not a fun fact, I guess, but
it's definitely a fact, though, isn't it?
It's definitely a fact. I mean,
so another fact related to that, Kingsmill, probably the UK's second most popular mass-produced bread.
Ooh. Have we got bread statistics here that we can guess?
After I would suggest Warburton's.
See, is Warburton's that popular?
Well, it's better, isn't it? It's better.
Oh, I'm not
disputing
the better.
Because it's northern, you see.
I mean, Hovis obviously needs to be somehow factored in here.
Does it?
I think, do I buy Warburton's?
You probably do.
Is Warburton's the one that comes in it doesn't come in like a little bag, it comes all in a folded...
Yeah, paper, waxed paper.
Oh, in which case, my man, we're talking good bread.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, Hovis can go suck a dick.
Yeah, northern bread, that's what you want. Good northern bread.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Hovis.
Yeah, Hovis can go suck a bread's dick.
Oh.
A bread's dick.
You got it.
Another, in speech marks, fun fact is that the global European, I don't know how that works, the global European headquarters of Coca-Cola is in Uxbridge.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know if you've heard of Coca-Cola, but they're pretty big in some countries.
Up and coming, aren't they? Very much up and coming.
Yeah.
They're popular.
Oh, yeah. Very clever, Michael. Is that what a fantastic pun? Is it like
he's right. That's supposed to be like he's right, but
that was the worst of the three. Does it have like a big visible presence there? Is it like?
It's just the office, so it's not like it's a big factory or anything like that, but it's responsible for the delivery and the bottling, and it's the largest headquarters in the world, I think, of Coca-Cola.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, that's pretty. And also, which has its headquarters in Uxbridge, is the company Lucozade Ribena Suntory, who make such drinks as Lucozade and Ribena. So,
what was the last bit? Suntory.
Suntory, I think it was called. It's not a. I think that was the name of the company that bought out Lucozade Ribena.
Right.
And they just formed one company called Lucozade Ribena Suntory, and they make things like V Energy and a couple of other drinks you probably would have heard of that aren't necessarily big. But yeah, so the actual food scene itself, the sort of go out and eat, it's just a typical sort of town thing. There's quite a few big chains and stuff like that. There's nothing I can sort of put my finger on as being unique to Uxbridge, but we do have a couple of big offices, which is so fun.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I bet the listeners are loving this section.
Oh, amazing! Yeah. It's Don't know what it is. I'm just going to stop talking.
What about you, Stu?
Well, I've lived in Manchester the majority of my life, but I consider myself still to be... I was born in Bradford, and I'm still very proud to be from Bradford. The big kind
So where are your facts for?
Where are my facts are for Bradford? So the biggest kind of food product I reckon from Bradford is Seabrook crisps, which are massive.
Oh wow!
An immense product.
Yeah, sea salt Seabrooks is just fucking levels.
Salt and vinegar Seabrooks.
Don't take this the wrong way, but they look too posh.
Seabrooks? They're not posh. No.
Okay.
I know what you're trying to do.
Hang on.
You're trying to insult me. You're trying to say that because they're northern, they should somehow be some kind of second-class crisp. But you're so incorrect. Amazing crisp. And as a kid growing up in Bradford, we used to go on school trips to the Seabrook factory and stuff our little northern faces full of freshly cooked crisps, which is amazing. Like to stand, I mean, obviously, I can't imagine you can do it now with food hygiene laws, but to just stand at the conveyor belt and just shovel crisps into your fat little northern face. Oh, it was amazing.
Oh, incredible. There was an implication there that Nate hasn't had Seabrooks, which I find hard to believe and would like him to just clarify.
I think I have.
Oh my god, that's fucking... Like, they're very memorable. I can't... that's awful. You're shocking.
They're a great
Let me Google Seabrooks, because I know once I see their packaging.
Seabrook sea salt is a 6-star product, and their jalfrezi are fucking well impressive.
I'm fairly certain I have, but crisps is crisps, isn't it?
No.
So
what
wrong.
a dick.
Yeah. I did a bit of research as well, and I came across another company that's a big food company based in Bradford called Symington's, who you won't have heard of, but they do. They make like Chicken Tonight and Dolmio and those dreadful, like Peppa Pig, like bake your own muddy puddle cakes and rubbish that. But kind of the best thing that I found out, I think he's a real Bradford food hero, a man who was born in neighbouring Bingley, but lived and worked for a good portion of his life in Bradford, and that's a man called Peter Sutcliffe. Have you heard of him?
I've heard of him.
Yeah, he's quite, infamous probably rather than famous. And
did he eat people? Or?
He didn't eat them. No, he ripped them, I believe is the technical term. And he's been in prison for a very long time now, serving a life sentence for doing horrific things. But he's now immensely obese and blind and confined to his prison cell all day and subsisting on a diet entirely of pot noodle Bombay bad boys. Amazing story, which other inmates at the prison have complained about. Apparently they rush past his cell because the combined smell of the bad boys themselves, his own flatulence, his unflushed toilet it's too much to bear. So
his career really went off the Sutcliffe, didn't it?
Oh.
Has anybody ever told you, Michael, that you do bear an uncanny physical resemblance to a young Peter Sutcliffe?
No one's ever said it, no.
Well, there you go. It's been said now.
I mean, that's a good story, but I mean, it's nothing on sort of the global European headquarters of a company.
No, I think you definitely win, Nathan. Yeah. A story about a boring office is definitely a winner.
Think of all the people in there doing HR and stuff like that.
Oh, accounts.
Sexy. Sexy stuff.
I wouldn't mind another shot at the winning one for that. Actually, there's a factory in Aylesbury for the ice cream wafer producers, Arskies.
Oh, I mean they are literally number one, aren't they? There's as far as ice cream wafers and cones goes, Arskies, I think you would have to say dominate the market. They're the only ones I see in supermarkets. All
I'll say is give ice cream cones a search on Ocado and tell me how many brands you see. That's I'll just leave it at that.
Right.
Okay. I don't want to.
No, I'll take your word for it, Michael. Should we play a game, boys?
Ooh, yeah, a Game Boy.
Yeah. Are you ready? So, should we just let the intro music explain it for itself?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
It's time to play a game. Let's play a game. It's called Sweeter or Savourier. We pull the name of a foodstuff out of a hat. You tell us what you think about that. Will the next foodstuff be sweeter or savory?
I've literally been looking forward to this for like a week, which is when I heard about it. So
I have been prepping my little northern backside off for this. Now, to explain to Michael, to explain to the listener,
It's just the one.
Confidence. Yeah, Chris Clements. Hi, Chris. So this is a game where we draw a name of a food product out of a hat. Michael Jameson has to predict whether the next food product out will be a sweeter food product or a savourier food product. If we cannot come to an agreement, then we go over to the final word of Nathan Peterson.
Oh,
or Nathan,
I didn't know that I'd be...
Nathan Sweeterson.
Yes.
Oh, see what I did there?
Oh.
Very clever. Okay, so I have got here a list of food products. If you want to suggest food products that we could add to the hat that could be pulled out in Sweeter or Savourier, please send your suggestions of food products either to our email address, which is frukcast, F-R-U-K, cast @gmail.com, or you can send them to our Twitter, which is, I'll just search Food Review UK on Twitter. I really can't be bothered saying what the address is. Okay, Michael Jameson, are you ready for the first food stuff?
correct.
The first food stuff, Michael Jameson, is the classic McVitie's chocolate digestive. Tell me what you think about that.
Oh my God, you've gone so central. That's not, obvious. I mean,
I haven't gone.
obviously,
That's the hat has gone, Michael.
You say
They are in
no.
a hat. They are in a hat. Again, I should take a picture of this for the FRUK Instagram. In fact, I will do that now because
it's obviously a northern flat cap.
It actually is a northern flat cap. Yeah, correct. Photo taken.
It's quite a central sweet, I'd say. Because I mean, like, remove the chocolate.
Nope.
Oh, add butter. You've gone savoury. They put it in cracker selection boxes, but obviously it is sweet.
Cheese.
I think base, is probably more likely it's going to be savoury. It is more central, but yeah, I'm going to go savourier.
You're going to say more savourier. Okay,
Savourier.
Next product, Michael Jameson. It's ketchup.
Oh well, yeah, I think that's pretty. Yeah, savourier.
I think that's it. That's close, isn't it? It's close.
It is.
Yeah.
That's an interesting one because obviously it is savoury, and you do have it with savoury food. At the same time, ketchup's pretty sweet. And
it's full of sugar.
Yeah, it's got high sugar content.
That's a tough one. I'm going to allow it. I'm going to allow it just simply because I think it is something that you conceive as being savoury, even if it's not necessarily. But
yeah,
and it would be a terrible shame to halt the game after two products. So
no,
we'll allow it for the purposes of fun.
Oh,
so yeah, I'm obviously going to go. I'm going to gamble.
Oh,
I'm going to gamble savourier.
Savoury than ketchup. Michael Jameson. I'm holding it up as if you can see it. It's bacon, mate. It's bacon.
Absolutely smashed it.
Smashed it.
Like so salty that it would actually be remarkable. It would actually be remarkable if it was now savourier. So thus, I'm going to go sweeter.
Sweeter. What are you saying, Peterson?
Can I just get? I'm going to agree with that. I'm going to let it go. But can I just get a judge's ruling? The bacon is it floppy?
Oh,
is it?
That's bacon. That isn't bacon.
It does probably not affect the result one little bit, but I think we need to clarify what type of bacon it is. Is it proper bacon or is it uncooked bacon?
Yeah. It's the only type of bacon that's acceptable.
Crispy.
Like there's only one type of human being that's acceptable. The human being who prefers their bacon crispy. Any other type of bacon, just like the people who prefer
inferior,
is absolutely unacceptable.
And might I add, smoked.
What, the human?
Smoked human. Right, so what are you going, Michael? Sweeter or savourier than bacon?
Got to be savourier. And the good news is, if it is savourier, then I can just bite it anyway. So.
Wait, you're saying it's more savoury than bacon?
I'm saying the next product is sweeter.
No, I don't think that's what you said.
Jesus.
I'm saying it's savourier. What I'm saying is it's sweeter. Right, Michael Jameson. The product is Ben & Jerry's fish food ice cream.
Oh, sickly.
one of the sweetest things in the world.
It's got rivers of marshmallow in. And caramel. It's fantastic. Savoury. Boom.
Savoury. Okay, Michael Jameson, the next product out of the hat it's a Hawaiian pizza, which for the uninitiated is ham and pineapple.
Oh,
that's naughty.
That is naughty. I mean,
yeah, I'm a bad boy.
So bread savoury, standard cheese savoury, tomato sauce, yeah, mid, but savoury edge-ish. Obviously pineapple sweet. If we're going on a game of maths, if we're talking ratios, then we'll go sweeter.
Sweeter than a Hawaiian pizza.
Hawaiian.
Sweeter than a Hawaiian pizza. Oh, I think I've got tiger bread, Michael. I've got tiger bread.
Oh yeah, that's. Hang on. Did I say? Hang on. Did I say sweeter?
You said sweeter than a Hawaiian pizza.
Oh.
No way. Dead. Game over.
You've killed it.
Yeah, killed it.
Oh, you did remarkably well, Michael. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 products there, Michael. That's pretty good, and I think you've set the bar pretty high.
That's going to be quite hard to beat.
I think it will be. I think you might be on top of that leaderboard for some time.
I bet.
At least a month.
Well done, Michael.
Thank you very much.
You must feel a real champion right now.
I am. Just not doing anything to celebrate.
No? Have a sip
not
of
even
water.
smirking. Smirk grimly.
Do you know what? If our listenership is more than just Chris Clements, then I'd love for one of our fans to draw a picture of me smiling grimly.
Sorry, are you saying you don't want Chris Clements to draw it though?
Oh dear. No, Chris, I think you're a wonderful artist.
Just with an appalling human being, but a wonderful artist.
At least if it is just Chris, we'll have quality over quantity.
Yeah. Well.
I didn't say good quality.
No. Are you saying quality over quantity because he's quite small?
We have spent far too long talking about Chris.
Yeah, he loves it though, doesn't he? So, if you have got any suggestions for products to go into the Northern Flat Cap for Sweeter or Savourier, please do send them into either the email address frukcast@gmail.com or tweet them to us or whatever. Use some social media or just comment on a YouTube video. I'm sure we'll see them.
We're basically everywhere. I mean, there's very little in the social media world that we're not on. Good. Ended the conversation again. Excellent. No, thanks. So
I was sliding into your DMs now with a banter MySpace has dated joke, which is the other kind of humour that you won't find on other podcasts.
You just find people that point out the humour that you're not going to use.
Exactly.
Do we have
you point out the fact that you thought of the joke, but then you decided against it.
Yeah, look, basically, you've got to say, look, I'm not stupid. I know the joke's there. I'm just not willing to do it, or I'm not stooping to that level. It's a kind of judgmental and look down upon.
I will make the joke ironically by not making the joke.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
I judge other comedy.
Do we have a Bebo, though?
We don't have a Bebo. Isn't Bebo for kids?
Yeah, a sexual predator. Jesus fuck.
Yeah. What about that penguin chat? Do we have that?
Penguin chat?
What? Are you talking about Disney Club Penguin?
Yeah, Club Penguin.
Jesus.
Just get your penguins to talk to our penguins and we'll make something happen.
Definitely should not be talking about Club Penguin.
Fucking killed me.
That's awful.
Right, I think on that note we should probably say goodbye.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, I think we've killed Nathan.
Yeah.
It just killed me. Yeah, I'm done if you are done.
Rest in peace. Actually, do you know, I've got a little bit of news.
Go on.
Like Food Review UK news. No, not even that. Product news. I've got product news.
Oh. Go on.
Like, we mentioned that in future episodes we might do news, but because this is the first one, we don't know exactly when it's going to come out. So it may not be news, but I think it's still worthwhile talking about. Kettle. I can't remember what the range was called, but about a year ago they released a new. You kind of. I don't know what the range used to be called, when it came out about a year ago. It was something like Select or something. But anyway, they relaunched it recently as Kettle Discoveries. Cheers, mate. And they've released a flavour called, and this is a potato chip, remember. They've released a flavour called Salted Caramel and Double Cream.
That does sound amazing. You put you put something on one of your, I think it was it Club Penguin. You put something on the social media before.
Yeah, I shared it on Club Penguin.
Ironically, penguin's a type of food, so it works for us in a way.
It does. So is a club.
So is a club. Fuck me. No, not you guys on Club Penguin. Don't fuck me, because
double biscuit.
Jesus.
Oh.
Sorry.
They do sound amazing though.
Yeah, it's available at Ocado as well. I've literally, yes, we shop at Ocado.
Yeah, I mean that's the third time you've mentioned Ocado in this podcast. It's like you're trying to get a sponsorship.
I'll be honest. I'm trying to get free groceries. If I can get to that level, I'll be laughing.
Good news is they'll like the advertising that you're doing to the one person that's listening.
Yeah.
Chris Clement.
It's just a shame that actually this episode was sponsored by Smithersons, the makers of Dolmio, Chicken Dinner Fucking Tonight, whatever it's called, and other popular jars.
Weirdly, probably available on Ocado, so you could probably get it delivered by them.
You probably could.
Double.
And
Crisps. That's probably money laundering. That's got to be illegal somehow. I don't know how it works, but yeah, no, they sound really good. I'm actually, to be honest, by the time this podcast goes out, the review will probably out because it's going to get out straight away. So it's not even news now. It's just like, if you missed it, here's something. Here's some information, which is what everything is really. Here's something.
I think I sent the link to you guys previously. There's a restaurant up in, I think, somewhere like Soho or something like that in London. Where it's like a gourmet crisp bar, and you go in there, and I think you get 3 different ranges of sizes of boxes. I think the cheapest one's like £4, and they give you like these premium potato crisps, and then they give you something like 4 like different dips, and they've just got all these amazing things. It's not just ketchup and stuff like that, but I think one of them was like a salted caramel type dip, and they're just yeah, I really want to go there. Like, I don't want to pay £4 for a fucking box of crisps, but at the same time, just the idea of it sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Amazing.
But we're not going to do news.
No. So if people want to keep up on what's going on in Food Review UK, the most important thing they need to do is get over to the YouTube channel.
Yeah. And
see the reviews, uploading tons of content, aren't you, Mr. Jameson? 2 or 3 videos a day without fail.
You know it.
Yeah.
He's a bloody, can I just say, he's a bloody champ.
He does an awful lot of the YouTubes, doesn't he? Where would YouTube be without Michael Jameson?
Not making billions of pounds. That's if it was just me, they wouldn't be doing as well.
Well,
hundreds of millions.
Yeah.
Just
although, I suppose people would have less choice.
People would
they'd have to find me.
Have you
and then they'd be like, "Oh, he is the most significant person."
Have you considered murdering some other YouTubers? After all, you do have more than a passing resemblance to Peter Sutcliffe, the Yorkshire Ripper.
much less than a passing resemblance. No, I've never considered that, to be honest.
He could be the Yorkshire Pudding Rippler.
Oh. Did you just say Rippler?
Yeah. No.
We'll fix that in post.
Rewind the tape. Yeah. He could be the Yorkshire. Oh, fuck off.
Yeah, because obviously I'll just say, did you say Rippler again, even if you say Ripper, so...
Yeah, just keep repeating it.
My mouth's writing checks that my arse can't catch.
Yeah.
Oh, references.
References, well done. Right.
Anyway.
Should we say goodbye?
Yeah. Do we have a clever way of saying goodbye? We're just going to...
I think we do. I think it just kind of has to fizzle out embarrassingly, really, doesn't it?
we could awkwardly talk about Club Penguin. We could be... three 30-something men talking about Club Penguin. That's probably a good way to end it.
Oh.
Can we just talk like we're in a conversation, but just as we're going, just get quieter and quieter until it just fades into nothing?
We could do that. Yeah. It's time to wrap this up. Thank you very much for listening to the first ever episode of Unwrapped, the Food Review UK podcast. I have been Stuart.
I have been Nathan.
And I have been MJ, not Peter Sutcliffe.
Well done. Goodbye.